Good morning. Let us start the optical fiber communication DET 3202. Course outcomes. The students will be able to understand the different communication media, various blocks and applications of optical fiber communication system. The students will be able to understand the optics rules, measure the optical fiber cable parameters. Students will be able to identify suitable optical source for a given application. Students will be able to identify suitable optical detector for a given application. Students will be able to identify suitable connectors and measure the losses in the optical fiber cable. The students will be able to understand architecture of optical network for given application. So we have discussed the some parts, initial parts of this chapter, and we'll just very quickly, very fast, we'll revise this. We know the detector is very important and necessary component for optical fiber communication system. Its function is to convert the optical signal into electrical signal, and it is affecting, contributing the overall system performance. It contributes overall system performance. That's why it is very important among all the components, along with all the components. Therefore, when considering the signal attenuation along the link, it is it is calculated the system performance is at the detector. The improvement of the detector characteristic is done if the improvement is done in the detector characteristic that allows the installation of fewer repeaters. If the characteristic and performance of detector are improved, made better, that affects the fewer installation of the repeater stations. Okay. That reduces the repeater station. For better the performance of the detector, that reduces the installation of the repeater station. That reduces the cost, and that lowers the investment as well as maintenance cost. The role of detector is such that it must fulfill very stringent requirements. That will check. The requirements are discussed. We have discussed these requirements. The important performance and compatibility requirements of the detectors are generally similar to the requirement of the sources. So requirement of the source and requirement of the detector are very similar. So what are the requirement? It should be having high sensitivity for the particular operating wavelength. So as we know, first generation pointed point and micrometer, and it is gone for second generation 1.1 micrometer. Then that reduced the fiber attenuation and dispersion. Similarly, for 1.3 micrometer, research is going on, and in the long wavelength range that reduce further the attenuation and material dispersion. Then second is high fidelity. Fidelity means the waveform reproduction with less distortion or without distortion. Reproducing signal with purity is high fidelity. So fidelity is nothing but the linear response of the detector system. So this requires specially for the analog transmission. The analog transmission, it is very much required. Okay, high fidelity. So large electrical response is one more stringent criteria. Electrical response must be large. Photodetector should produce the maximum electrical signal for the amount of power, optical power, and this can be obtained with the proper high quantum efficiency. So quantum efficiency, it must be high to obtain the large electrical response. Then short response time should be there, suitable for having the sufficiently large bandwidth. Shorter the response time, bandwidth will be larger. So presently, single channel, single mode systems are having tens of gigahertz bandwidth, and with the wavelength division multiplexing (WDM), system will operate in multiple of terahertz range. So minimum noise introduction should be there from the detector. Noise is introduced from the dark current, internal leakage current, and therefore dark current, leakage current, and shunt conductance must be low. So dark current arises from surface leakage current and generation recombination of current in the depletion region. Along with this, dark current, leakage current. Also the gain mechanism within the detector and gain mechanism into the circuitry associated with the detector, they also introduce the noise. So all these should introduce very minimum noise. There must be stability of the performance of the characteristics. Okay, so it should not depend on ambient conditions ideally, but the photodetector is having the sensitivity, noise, internal gain, all these dependent on the temperature. So that's why the compensation is required to reduce the temperature effects for the stability. So small size, because the fibers are hair like small, as well as the succeeding electronics is very becoming very smaller, miniaturized. So its packaging and higher coupling efficiency, the size of the detector must be small. So low bias voltage should be there. Ideally detector should not require excessive bias voltage or excessive bias current. So detector should be operating on low bias voltage. Then detector should have high reliability, so it should capable to continue the stable operation at room temperature for many years. High reliability. So economical considerations are often prime importance, so it should be having low cost. In any large scale communication system, economical considerations should are important. So it should have cost effectiveness, low cost. So these are the stringent requirements. And optical fiber detection, we know if the photon of energy more than band gap energy of the material is incident on the material, and atom is at the valence state, it goes into the conduction state. That means its electron is released from valence to conduction state by generating one empty space hole at the valence state. So electron hole pair is photo generated. Due to photon it is generated, okay, so it is called photo generated. So whenever the structure is there, PN junction structure is there, and it is reverse biased, P is connected negative, N is connected positive, then depletion region gets wider. Okay. So whenever the photon is falling on get absorbed in the depletion region, it generates the photo electron hole pair, and as soon as electron hole pair is generated in the depletion region, there is a very high electric field in the depletion region, because all the voltage is taken by depletion region, because only the depletion region is the high resistance path into the circuit, because P and N are conductive wires are conductive. So this photo generated electron hole pair undergoes very high influence of the electric field, and they swept or drifted, or they are very highly accelerated, or velocity is provided for them with the force of attraction, and they goes towards the battery for the collection, terminals for the collection. Electron goes to positive battery, hole goes to negative battery. Positive battery is connected to N region, so electron goes to N region, its majority region. Hole goes to P region because negative is connected to P. So its hole goes to the its majority region, electron goes to its majority region. So this whole electron pair generated contributes the photocurrent. This photocurrent is in addition to the already existing leakage current. Why leakage current is there? Leakage current is due to the minority charge carriers, that is holes in N region and electrons in P region. So electrons in P region and holes in N region, they are collected by the positive and negative terminals of the battery, and those generates the leakage current. This is called dark current. Without illumination, whatever the current is there, that is dark current. So along with this dark current, this photo generated charged particles contributes current, that is called photocurrent. Okay. So this is PN junction is reverse bias. Electric field is developed across the PN junction that sweeps the mobile carrier, and electrons to their respective majority side. So depletion layer region is created on either side of the junction. There is a barrier for the majority charge carriers. This depletion region is a barrier for the majority charge carriers. So electrons from N, holes from P are majority charge carriers. They do not contribute current, they cannot generate the current because they cannot cross the junction. But minority charge carriers contribute the current, just we have seen, and they goes in the opposite of the junction, forming the reverse leakage current. So a photon incident on the near the depletion region or in the depletion region must have energy greater than or equal to band gap energy of the fabricating material, that is HF should be more than or equal to Eg, that will free an electron, that can make a free electron, photo generated electron hole pair. Okay, this freed electron leaves empty hole into the valence state. It is called electron hole pair or carrier pair generation. Carrier pair near the junction are separated whenever immediately they are generated, they are very immediately separated, swept or drift or drag away from the each other and under the influence of the electric field. This produces the displacement, and that is current into the external circuit, and this is in addition to the reverse leakage current. Depletion region must be wider for more light absorption. Depletion region is made wider for more light absorption. But if the depletion region is made wider, then long carrier drip time is required. Drip time required is more. That restrict the speed of operation. Speed of operation is bandwidth, and the more absorption of the photon is sensitivity. So there is a trade-off between the number of photons absorbed, sensitivity, and speed of the response. Okay, so this is called bandwidth, sorry, gain and bandwidth trade-off. Gain bandwidth trade-off. So the quantum efficiency, we are no, we discussed that definition of the quantum efficiency. So quantum efficiency is defined ratio of generated electrons collected at the detector terminal to the incident photon absorbed. So it is the ratio of generated electrons to the incident photon. So eta can be written as number of electrons generated or collected divided by number of incident photons. So eta is Re upon Rp, where Re is the corresponding electronic rate or electron rate, electron per second, and Rp is the photon rate, incident photon rate, that is photons per second. This is the quantum efficiency, Re upon Rp. The quantum efficiency factor is influences the factor which is influencing the quantum efficiency is the absorption coefficient of the material, 1 upon alpha 0. Absorption coefficient influence the quantum efficiency. So absorption coefficient must be better. Quantum efficiency is the function of photon wavelength also. Okay, quantum efficiency for one wavelength, quantum efficiency is defined. For other wavelength, that quantum efficiency is not achieved. Therefore, it must be quoted quantum efficiency at particular wavelength. So quantum efficiency is less than unity always. Quantum efficiency always fraction, because whatever number of photons are absorbed, from that less number of electrons are generated. So number of electrons divided by number of photons is always less than 1. And quantum efficiency is quoted in percentage, and in calculation it is taken as a fraction. Responsivity is one more term defined. Responsivity is defined as IP upon PO, where IP is the output photocurrent, PO is the incident optical power, and a unit is ampere per watt. And this is the derivation. We have discussed this in lectures, last lecture and previous lecture also, because due to sound problem, audio problem, previous lecture is not audible. So again, yesterday's lecture we have derived this equation. So this equation is derived. Energy of photon E to HF we know, and rate of the photon, number of photons are power divided by energy of single photon. Power is total energy in unit second. So power is in 1 second how much energy. So 1 second how much photon is power divided by HF. So Re we know eta into Rp, eta equal to Re upon Rp. So Rp can be substituted as Re equal to eta into Pu divided by HF. So Re we can substitute write as eta Pu upon HF. Okay. So Rp can be substituted. So this Re, the rate of electron, Re equal to eta Pu upon HF. So this RE is nothing but number of electrons. If RE number of electrons are flowing in 1 second, how much charge flows? RE into E is the electronic charge 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. So RE into E is amount of charge flowing into the in 1 second. So this is nothing but current. So IP is equal to RE into E. So substitute this RE. So if this RE is substituted from here, so eta P0 upon HF, then it becomes IP is equal to eta P0 E, this E divided by HF. So IP equation we can find in this way, where E is the charge on the electron and rate of electron, that is electron per unit time, multiplied by charge of single electron is rate of charge, that is current. So as we found this IP eta PO E upon HF, okay, IP is eta PO E upon HF, okay. But this IP upon PO is responsivity. This IP is there, PO is there. Take PO on this side, IP upon PO. It is eta E upon HF. So the responsivity is eta E upon HF. Now this, if H is substituted, because we know R is equal to eta E upon HF. Okay. So if this H is F is substituted for this F is replaced by F is equal to C by lambda, because we know C is equal to F lambda. F is substituted by CF by lambda. Substitute here C by lambda. Lambda goes into the numerator. It becomes eta E lambda upon HC. F will be replaced by C by lambda. So responsivity is also this. R is equal to eta E upon HF. Responsivity equation is also this. R is equal to eta E lambda upon HC. So this responsivity equation derivation is there. So from derivation, we can check as wavelength increases, responsivity goes on increasing. Ideally, it is linear, but it is not starting at the 0 initially. So very shorter wavelength it is not starting, and very long wavelength also it will not have its value more than 0, because at particular wavelength where the wavelength becoming shorter than the wavelength of photon energy lesser than the band gap energy. So wavelength is getting increased, so photon energy goes on reducing. So at particular wavelength, photon energy becomes less than band gap energy. There the absorption stops and responsivity becomes 0. This is called cutoff wavelength, lambda C. So responsivity becomes 0 at particular wavelength, cutoff wavelength. So responsivity, which proves the quantum efficiency, is as a function of signal wavelength, which is critically dependent on the photon or the material band gap energy. So at wavelength, as the wavelength incident photon becomes longer, photon energy eventually is lesser than the energy required to take an electron from valence band to conduction band. Okay, so responsivity falls to 0. So as the wavelength goes on increasing, becoming longer and longer, energy eventually goes on becoming lesser and lesser. So at particular wavelength, the electron from valence and to conduction cannot be taken, because energy becomes less than band gap energy, photon energy. So that time the responsivity falls to 0. So according to that, we can define the long wavelength cutoff. Okay. So for intrinsic absorption across the energy of incident photons, okay, intrinsic absorption is there in intrinsic region, energy absorption, photon absorption. Incident photon is having Hc upon lambda energy. Okay, what is the photon energy? HF, H into F. So F can be substituted as C upon. So what is photon energy? Photon energy is HF, or photon energy is Hc upon lambda. So incident photon energy is Hc upon lambda. This is to be greater or equal to band gap energy of material used, fabricated photodiode. So therefore photon energy Hc upon lambda should be greater than band gap energy Eg. This is the condition for electron hole pair generation. So if this condition is rearranged, that lambda is taken, okay, Hc upon lambda is greater than Eg. If this is rearranged, lambda is taken on this side of the equation and Eg is taken on this side of the equation. So what will, this sign will remain as it is. Lambda Eg from numerator on other side goes to denominator. So it is Hc upon Eg is more than or equal to lambda. This more than or equal to remains as it is. So lambda is less than or equal to Hc upon Eg, or Hc upon Eg is more than lambda. This is written here. Lambda is less than or equal to Hc upon Eg. Lambda is less than or equal to Hc upon Eg. So this is the lambda for conduction. Lambda should be always less than Hc upon Eg. H is Hc and S and C are constants. Planck's constant and velocity of light in vacuum. H is constant, C is constant. So lambda is inversely proportional to band gap energy. So depending on band gap energy of material, there is a particular lambda at which the energy of photon becomes equal to band gap energy. So lambda is equal to Hc upon Eg. There it becomes equal, and lambda more than that, it becomes less than the Eg. Therefore it will not conduct. So it is the cutting wavelength, cutoff wavelength. So it is called long wavelength cutoff. Longer than cutoff wavelength, there is no conduction. But lesser than cutoff wavelength, lambda less than Hc upon Eg, it will conduct. It will generate the electron hole pair. Okay. So Hc upon Eg should be more than lambda. So lambda should be less than Hc upon Eg. So for lesser lambda than cutoff wavelength, there is a conduction. For longer lambda than cutoff wavelength, there is no conduction. Therefore, it is long wavelength cutoff. So what is long wavelength cutoff? Then lambda c, long wavelength cutoff, is Hc upon Eg. Okay. So this is long wavelength cutoff. Up to this we have discussed. Now let us check the PN photodiode. The photodiode is always reverse biased. P is connected to negative of the battery, N is connected to positive of the battery, and that generates the depletion region. That creates this depletion region. So in this graph, on one axis there is E field, on other axis there is this distance, X distance. Load is connected in the circuit. Okay, there is a load. Some load is there in the circuit. So this is the P region. This is the N region. N region is made longer to have absorption of the photon, to provide the absorption chance, we can say, possibility, absorption possibility. The N region is made longer. Now, this is the photodiode showing the depletion region and diffusion region. So what do you mean by depletion region? What do you mean by diffusion region? We know the basic diode theory, basic junction theory. Whenever any junction is, okay, whenever any junction is biased, if it is forward biased, depletion region becomes lesser. If it is reverse biased, depletion region becomes wider. Okay. So this is reverse bias, depletion region becomes wider. So there is a creation of depletion region. Whenever it is reverse bias, there is a creation of depletion region. Okay, so this is depletion region which is created on both sides of the junction. Depletion region is created on both sides of the junction. Okay. So what is the depletion region? This depletion region is electrically neutral region. It is non-conducting region. It is the ions which have completed their octet by exchanging the electron hole charge carriers, and this depletion region further becomes barrier for the exchange of the charge. Therefore, the p region, rest of the p region, rest of the n region, they cannot exchange the charges, and the rest of the p region and rest of the n region remains as it is. Therefore, depletion region do not allow majority charge carriers to cross the junction. This is the theory we have seen from last year, second year, or in physics also we have seen. So depletion region is the barrier for majority charge carriers. So if majority charge carrier has to jump this barrier, this has to acquire sufficiently large by energy, and it is coming from voltage. Okay. So depletion region is electrically non-conducting. Second thing, whenever the biasing is done, voltage biasing, this negative is connected through wire. So wire is perfectly conductor. This positive is also connected through wire. Wire is perfectly conductor. Only the load is having some resistance. P region is conductor, N region is conductor. P region and N region are conductors. Therefore, all these are conductor path. So they do not have the voltage drop across them. Voltage is not getting dropped across these conductors. So where all this voltage, applied voltage goes? This applied voltage goes to the resistors in the circuit. One is load and second is depletion region. Okay. So all the voltage goes to depletion region. Why? Because depletion region resistance is very, very high than the load resistance. So according to voltage division formula, it takes all the voltage, maximum voltage, and some voltage is taken by the load. So depletion region takes all the voltage across it. So it is the electric field generated. So this is the electric field graph. Graph shows this electric field. So this is the electric field, okay, which is generated across the junction in the depletion region. Electric field is generated in the depletion region. What is the electric field? It is very high electric potential. So N region and P region is not having the potential electric field, electrical voltage across it. So whenever the charge particle is present in N, this will not have any influence of electric field. So external battery influence is not there on the charge particles on in N and P region. But the external battery bias creates the electrical influence, electrical field influence in depletion region. And this influence, whenever there is any charge particle in this region, it undergoes that very high electric field influence upon it. If there is any charge particle within this depletion region, it undergoes very high influence of the electrical field upon it, upon itself, upon that charge electrical field is influencing. What it influences is that electron is there, it is very highly accelerated. If hole is there, it is very highly accelerated. That means very high velocity is provided to electron, very high velocity is provided to hole. And that is called sweeping. Okay. Just we sweep our home. Sweeping means झाडून झाडून काढणे जोरात. So जोरात झाडून टाकणे. So sweeps. Okay. It sweeps, very heavily sweeps. So sweeping is there. It is called drifting. It is called drifting. Drift current it is also called drifting. Sweeping, drifting. It is dragging. जोरात ढकलून देणे, ओढणे. The force of attraction and repulsion. So positive of this battery collects electron. So electron flows through N region to the positive battery, and holes are created by negative of the battery. So holes are present in the depletion region are gone to the first goes to the P region, then collected by the battery. So electron from depletion region first goes to the N region, electron goes to N region, hole goes to P region. So charge carriers are going to their majority region and then they are collected to the battery terminal. Okay. So this is the condition when the charge particle is in the depletion region. Whenever the charge pair, a photo-generated electron-hole pair, free electron and hole is there in the depletion region, then they undergo very high electric field influence. That we have seen. Okay. Now, what if the photon is absorbed in other than depletion region? So this much is the depletion region. Okay, this is the depletion region. So this is the depletion region. Other than depletion region, if in this region photon is get absorbed, it will generate the electron hole pair. Electron is released. Electron is free to conduct. But it is not having any electric field influence. It is not having any electric field influence. Then if there is no electric field influence upon the charge particle is not attracted or repelled. So charge particle will remain as it is. It's on its own position. But according to the charge particle and intermolecular interactions, charge particle moves here and there randomly. Brownian movement. It is called diffusion. It is very slow movement. What is the better example of diffusion? Holi. What is there in the Holi? There is a color, dry color, not wet color, not color in the water, dry color. Or the cloud is the best example of diffusion. So the particles are very slowly moving randomly. That's why cloud shape continuously changing. The cloud particles are continuously getting diffused. But the fog is not the example of the diffusion. Why? Because fog is under the influence of very heavy airflow. खूप जोरात वारा असतो आणि फॉग जोरात इकडे तिकडे हलतो. फॉग पार्टिकल्स. Okay, धुकं. Fog is not an example of the diffusion. It is the drift. But cloud is the example of diffusion because in the cloud area there is no airflow. That's why the cloud particles move very slowly, randomly on its own. So slow movement. So that is the example of diffusion. Hoolicha color. It is whenever you blow the dry color into the air, very slowly it moves. Okay. So best example is cloud and fog. Fog is the depletion and under the influence of the airflow, and cloud is the diffusion, very slow movement. Cloud is having a better stable shape, but that is continuously changing because of the diffusion, very small slow changes. So charge particles in the region where the electrical field is not there, it charge particle slowly moves. Whenever the charge particle while moving slowly comes into the influence of the depletion region, influence of the electrical field, then that will be accelerated and collected by the, but during that it is having very slow travel. So this is the diffusion region where the diffusion takes place. Diffusion is a slow process on its own, charge particle slowly moving in this region. So charge this photon can be absorbed in the depletion region. Photon can be absorbed in this region, and photons can be absorbed in other than depletion region. Therefore, the absorption region covers depletion as well as some of the diffusion region. So this is the total region which is absorption region. What are the regions in PN junction then? One is absorption region, second is depletion region, third is diffusion region. So diffusion region is this much. Rest of the depletion region, rest of the area of the depletion region is diffusion region. From that diffusion region, some region is absorption region. So depletion region, absorption region, and part of the diffusion region is absorption region. So this forms the absorption region. What is absorption region? The region in which the photons are getting absorbed. So the optical fiber may be this much. So optical fiber link may be this is carrying the photons will make incident the photons in this region. Okay. So, what are the properties of depletion region and diffusion region? Depletion region influences, if depletion region is having very high electric field, so high electric field influences the charged particles to drift, to sweep very fastly. A diffusion region in which the charged particles are created, then they diffuse and move very slowly. So diffusion current is very late current, slow current, whereas depletion current is very fast current. So current component, which is very faster, is depletion region component, and current component very slower is diffusion region component. So we can understand this by, suppose this is the optical pulse which is given by the fiber to the detector, optical pulse. So optical pulse starts at this time and ends at this time. So what the electrical pulse should be? Electrical pulse should start here and electrical pulse should end here. This is the ideal condition. How? Because whenever there is a optical pulse starting, it will make incident the light, this much amplitude of the light. So at this time it is this amplitude, at this time this is this amplitude, at this time this is this amplitude. So as the photons are start falling on the material, there is small time required to get absorb the photon. So immediately whenever the 100 photons are falling, incident 100 electrons will not be generated. So electrons start generating very slowly. So this is the delay, small delay. Okay. Then it starts generating the electrons. But as the optical source stopped providing the photons, some of the photons are still not absorbed and they are getting in the process of the absorption. So that also creates the electric charge after this pulse. Okay, after this pulse. And some of the photons get absorbed in the diffusion. So due to diffusion, they are collected very late. Okay. So electric pulse becomes something like this, and this is called diffusion tail. Okay, just like the tail, current is having current pulse is having tail. So this time duration of the optical pulse will have now this much time duration. So after providing this pulse, we have to give the time duration in between pulse for providing the next pulse. For providing 1 and 0 pulses, we should provide some time in between the pulses due to this diffusion process. So diffusion process should be reduced. Diffusion region is not supporting the faster operation of the detection because it reduces the time. Number of pulses in 1 second will get reduced. So number of pulses in 1 second means one pulse is for one symbol. So number of beats per second. So it reduces the bit rate. It reduces the speed of the optical link. So diffusion region should be eliminated. It should not be there. But there is a diffusion region, and we have seen the operation of the optical energy photons is get absorbed in the depletion region. Electron hole pair is generated. It undergoes a very high electric field influence, and it is collected very fast. So this is the photon which is incident on the depletion. And if the photon is incident in the diffusion region, absorption region is there in the diffusion region, then there is a electron hole pair creation, but that undergoes the diffusion process, and the diffusion process is slower and that will be collected delayed. This is the operation of the PN junction, which is reverse bias. Okay. So PN photodiode is reverse biased that we have seen and have the depletion as well as diffusion regions along with the absorption region. So depletion region is formed by immobile charged atoms or ions that we know. Depletion region is formed by immobile immobile charged atoms. Okay. Why immobile charged atoms? Because they take or give the charged particles and become electrically neutral by completing their octet. So they exchange the charged particles, so they are immobile charged atoms. Charged atoms are called ions. This theory we have seen the source also. While considering the source structure, we have discussed this immobile charged atoms or ions. Okay, many times we have discussed because it was necessary in the LEDs as well as lasers and diodes, detectors also. So mobile carriers are swept to their majority side. N is electron is swept to N side, hole is swept to P side. So mobile carriers are swept to their majority sides under the influence of electric field. Okay, this we have seen. Majority side, majority this electron hole, photo generated electron hole pair, whenever generated, immediately are swept by the electric field to their majority sides. Okay. The width of depletion region is dependent upon what? Width of depletion region. So depletion region width is dependent upon the bias. As you go on increasing the bias, depletion region becomes wider. But that requires higher biasing voltages. That require higher biasing voltage. And what is our requirement? The detector should work with very less bias, low bias. There are very many advantages for low biasing. Power consumption is less, then the reliability is more because these do not break. Okay, so breakdown is not there. Operation is low power. So biasing voltage is always less. Biasing current is also less. Biasing voltage, biasing currents must be less. So this option will not work. Depletion region can become wider by higher biasing. Higher biasing voltage, biasing current. But this option do not work because it creates the higher voltages. So depletion region require is wider. This is the thing because if the depletion region becomes wider, it can cover all the absorption region. If it covers all the absorption region, then all the photo generated electron hole pair can undergo the influence of the electric field. And there is no diffusion region in which electron hole pair will be generated, and there is no diffusion effect, and there is no slow effect. So there is very fast collection of the electron, so there will be very no any delay, there is no diffusion tail. So it will increase the speed of operation, it will increase the bit rate also, it will increase the data rate also. So to increase the data rate, ultimately to increase the data rate, the depletion region must be wider of the detector. Depletion region, if it is made wider, it covers all the absorption region, all the photons absorbed, creates the electron hole pair will undergo, all the electron hole pair will undergo the influence of the electric field from the depletion region, and they will collected very fastly, and there is no delay in the collection of the charge particles, so there is no delayed current, so there is no diffusion process, there is no diffusion tail, and that's why we can put the symbols in 1 second, many symbols, more symbols in 1 second. That increases the number of symbols in 1 second. That increases the rate of flow of symbols. That increases the data rate. Okay. And that is our ultimate aim because we are this system we are uh, establishing or uh, This system is used for communication. Data rate is required. So high speed data rate is required. So width of depletion region is dependent on the biasing is one thing, but biasing is not done. What is the second? Depletion region width it should be larger. How to make? By doping concentration also. So doping concentration gives the wider depletion region. So lesser the doping concentration, wider the depletion region. If the doping concentration is made small and small, less and less, then depletion region becomes wider for same voltage. So there are two devices suppose. One is having heavily doped, second is having lightly doped. If heavily doped junction is applied the same voltage, say 5 volt, same voltage, it will create some depletion region, say 10 micrometer width. But lightly doped or very small doped, low concentration and doped junction is there and that is given same voltage 5 volt, that can create very wide depletion region, maybe 100 micrometer. So to have the wider depletion region, doping concentration is made lesser. So width of the region, depletion region depend on doping concentration. Less the doping concentration, wider is the depletion region. Depletion region requirement is wider depletion region to cover all the absorption region to have the influence on each and every photo generated pair. So photons may be absorbed in the absorption region. Okay, in this PN diode, this is the PN diode, photodiode we are discussing. So photons may be absorbed in the absorption region, and it is in both region. Okay, absorption region is both depletion as well as diffusion. We have seen in the figure. So this absorption region's position and the width depend upon the energy of incident photon and on material from which the opto detector is fabricated. Okay. The absorption region is the material which is having the band gap energy, and if the photon are having the higher energy of the band gap material that matches, then that absorbs the photon. So this is called absorption region. This can work as absorption region. Thus, in case of weak absorption of photon, the absorption region may extend completely throughout the device. So if there is a weak absorption, okay, so absorption depends on the wavelength. Okay. So whatever the photon energy is there is larger than the band gap energy or further larger than the band gap energy, absorption is immediate. For longer or higher wavelength, that is longer wavelength, energy becomes lesser and lesser, and longer wavelength is having weak absorption. So in case of weak absorption of photon, the absorption region may extend throughout the device because they do not get very easily absorbed, and that's why the absorption region go on increasing. So photons once incident can flow in the material for long distance but not absorbed. So absorption region becomes more. To have the short absorption region, what should be there? There should be sufficiently larger photo energy, or there should be shorter wavelengths. Shorter wavelength. Long wavelength will have this problem. Long wavelength will have weak absorption. So long wavelength we have seen the requirement of the photodiode. First point is uh, sensitivity, in which the pointed point of micrometer it is having a very good absorption. But if you go for 1.1 micrometer, absorption becomes problem. But 1.1 micrometer gives very less attenuation and very less dispersion. So further, longer wavelength are experimented. Research is going on for longer wavelength, 1.3 micrometer and higher. Why the research is going on? Because there is a problem of absorption. It is weak absorption because it is longer wavelength. And this research is on this point, longer wavelength. That's why weak absorption and how the absorption is possible. So materials are selected to have the lesser band gap energy and heterojunctions are made and so on, as we see in the source heterojunctions. So similar heterojunctions are there in the detectors also. In heterojunctions, the active area is having very very short or very very less band gap energy. So in case of absorptions of photons, weak absorption of photon, absorption region may extend throughout the device. Okay. So in this PN photodiode, the photons may be absorbed in both depletion and diffusion regions as absorption region. That we have seen. The electron hole pairs generate in both depletion and diffusion region. Is it? Yes, because absorption region is there in the depletion region, absorption region is there in the diffusion region. So absorption is there in depletion region, absorption there in diffusion region. So electron hole pair is generated in depletion region, electron hole pair is generated in the diffusion region. Wherever the absorption of the photon is there, that will generate the photo electron hole pair. So depletion region carrier pair separate immediately whenever the electron hole pair, photo generated electron hole pair is there. So that free electron is there and hole is in the valence band. That is immediately separated. The depletion region, in the depletion region, these are immediately separated and drift under the influence of electric field. So whenever there is an electron hole pair generation, that is immediately drift or swept under the influence of electric field, and this happens only in depletion region, because in depletion region only the electric field is there. In diffusion region, no electric field is there. So it happens in the depletion region. In depletion region, carrier pairs separate and drift under the influence of electric field. Whereas outside this region, holes diffuse towards the depletion region in order to be collected. Whereas outside this region, holes diffuse towards the depletion region in order to be collected. They diffuse. The diffusion process is very slow. Diffusion process is very slow compared to drift, and thus limits the response of the photodetector. So diffusion process limits the response time of the photodetector, which is the one more stringent requirement. So what is that requirement? The fast response time. And diffusion process creates the problem in that requirement. So in the PN photodiode, the photons absorbed in the depletion region is important. Photons absorbed in the depletion region is important. Okay. Why? Because depletion region photon absorption creates the electron hole pair, undergoes the influence of electrical field, and very fastly swept them to collect into the PNN terminals of the battery. That faster current is created. That's why it will achieve higher data rate. So depletion region is made as long as possible by decreasing the doping in the N-type material. So depletion region is made wider by decreasing the doping concentration. Depletion region can be made wider by increasing the bias voltage, but bias voltage is not increased. The alternative methods is alternative possibilities that decreasing the doping concentration. So it is very low doped material. So depletion region width is normally 1 to 3 micrometer. Depletion width is normally 1 to 3 micrometer and is optimized for efficient detection of the light for particular wavelength. Okay. So for silicon devices, the visible spectrum is zero point 0.4 to 0.7 micrometer. For germanium, it is near infrared 0.7 to 0.9 micrometer. Okay, for germanium. So this is a particular photodiode output characteristics for PN photodiode. PN photodiode output characteristics. On x-axis, there is a reverse bias. On y-axis, there is a photocurrent. Reverse bias and photocurrent. As we go on increasing the reverse bias is increased, that should increase the current, photo current. And this is true also. So as we go on increasing the reverse bias, photo current increases. But for a particular intensity of light, if intensity is fixed, photon intensity is fixed, number of photons or light intensity is fixed, and if you go on increasing the reverse bias up to certain voltage increment, reverse bias increment, there is a increase in the photon current. But after that, it remains, it gets saturated. So how it is happening? This is very same of the that of the characteristic of the transistor. There are number of photons which are incident. So there are number of electron hole pairs which are released, generated. So if we having number of photons, number of electron pairs, and if you increase the reverse bias, what happens is due to the reverse bias increment, there may be depletion with increment, and electron hole pairs will be collected immediately. Absorption will increase, and that will increase the photocurrent. But as the number of photons are completed, fixed, all are absorbed, thereafter the reverse bias will not have any increment in the current. Okay, so that's why it gets saturated after that. And in saturation, it will be having a particular velocity of the charge particle. All the charge particles will have high velocity and they are saturated velocity. So this is saturation velocity. Saturation is the condition where all the charge particles are collected. And before saturation, all are not collected. Some are not remain uncollected, and there will be again recombinations chances before collection. So this is the part where the reverse bias increases the current with a constant light. This is one part. Second part is the same characteristic can be repeated by if the light intensity change for low light level, for medium light level, for high light level. Okay. So it is very high intensity, it is very low intensity, it will be medium intensity, medium light level. So as we go on increasing the light intensity, the higher and higher photo currents will be there. But all these will have similar characteristics. Okay. There is one more characteristic, that is no input light characteristic, and it is called dark current. What is dark current? Dark current is the current whenever the photodiode is not illuminated. Photodiode is optical input is zero. Photodiode is covered with the uh, photodiode surface is covered with something, and no light is allowed to fall on it. So no light incidence. Whatever the dark current is created because of the electron hole recombination and surface current, it is leakage current. So it is dark current. So there is a very small leakage current, which is a dark current with no light. So this is one more characteristic. So while developing these characteristics, first the no light is provided and voltage is increased and very small leakage current is measured and it is plotted. Then there is a very low light incident on the photodiode, and again reverse bias voltages varied from 0 to very high value, and current are measured, and this is plotted. Then again the medium intensity of the light is incident, mid incident, and from 0 to some higher value 40, 50 voltage reverse bias is increased, and this current is measured and is plotted. Again, similar is for high intensity light. And this is the photodiode output characteristics. Okay, so there is a saturation, there is an increment in the photocurrent, collection of all the photo charge carriers, and then there is a saturation of the charge carrier current. Now this is not PN. Now this is PIN. It is different. It is PIN. There is a P, there is a N, but there is I also. So this is PIN. There is a P region, there is a N region, and there is a I region in between P and N. So this is called PIN photodiode. There is a P region, there is a N region, and there is a I region sandwiched in between P and N. I is sandwiched in between P and N. So it is called PIN photodiode. This is not simple PN photodiode. It is PIN photodiode. And then it is biased with the reverse bias with the terminals. N is connected positive, P is connected negative. Okay. And this is reverse biased. So at longer wavelengths, as we have seen in the PN photodiode, what are the drawbacks of PN photodiode? What are the limitations of PN photodiode we have discussed just now? Okay. So, okay. So this at longer wavelengths, the light travels more deeply into semiconductor material. Okay. At longer wavelength, absorption is weak. Weaker absorption is there. And on that, the work is going on. Research is continually going on. Longer wavelength, light travels more deeply into the semiconductor material. Photons are just traveling in the material, they do not get absorbed. So allowing the operation at longer wavelength, the wider depletion region is necessary. So in case of longer wavelength operation, wider depletion region is necessary. Wider depletion region. To achieve this, the N material is doped so lightly that it can be considered intrinsic. I. So I is nothing but intrinsic. Okay. The N material is so doped so lightly, very less doping is there, so that it can be considered intrinsic material, and to make a low resistance contact, but doping is less means it is having the high resistance. As the doping concentration is made lesser and lesser, resistance goes on increasing of the region. So high resistance material contact for the external terminal becomes very poor ohmic contact. So to this external terminal we have to connect the battery also, isn't it? So this external connector contact becomes very poor contact. So to make the low resistance electric contact, the highly doped N region, highly doped N type, N plus region is added. So N region is moderately doped or doped region, and N plus is highly doped, heavily doped region. And this intrinsic is very poor, less doped region. So P region is there, intrinsic region is there, and heavily doped N region is there. So this makes the PIN. So this creates a PIN or pin structure. Okay, this creates the PIN structure or pin structure, where all the absorption takes place in the depletion region. Where all the absorption takes place in the depletion region. Okay. Now we have started PIN photodiode, but we will continue this PIN photodiode in the next lecture. Okay. So tomorrow we'll meet. I hope you are having this discussion fruitful. You understood this discussion. If you are having any doubt, questions, you can always ask. You can ask in between by putting the comment in the chat, or you can ask by making your speaker on. Okay. So I will give the uh, quiz questions on this afterwards. Quiz questions are ready, but I am not giving this so that some sufficient question, syllabus will be covered. So immediately I will release two, three, four quiz simultaneously. Okay. So